Outrage at NC State. 2 months after closing a busy campus building because of the presence of toxic chemicals, this letter given exclusively to WRAL's Keely Arthur. It reveals NC State asked the federal government to stop investigating potentially high rates of cancer there.
Right now, NC State is calling all the shots, and I just don't understand how that's possible.
Keely joining us now in the studio. Keely, you asked the university why it won't participate in this free and independent investigation.
Gerald, NC State's decision defies the guidance from the state health department and ignores the pleas of several former educators and students at NC State now battling cancer. 5 on Your Side spent 11 weeks gaining their trust and have confirmed 40 cases of cancer in people who spent years in Poe Hall. All they ask for is an independent health investigation, something one former NC State student will never live to see.
We literally got engaged right in front of this fountain right here.
The easiest choice Robbie Glad ever made was getting down on one knee for Sarah.
I'll describe her very simply. If you saw her, it was big hair, big smile, and the biggest dimples you've ever seen.
Sarah had big plans. She earned her bachelor's and master's degrees at NC State. She dreamt of running for office and becoming a mother.
5-year plan was to start building our family. We wanted to have 2 kids.
But by 33, Sarah was fighting for her life.
Her and a friend of hers who both spent their master's program in Poe Hall within months of each other had been diagnosed with some kind of cancer.
NC State closed Poe Hall last November. WRAL first reported the decision due to PCBs, the toxic chemicals once used in manufacturing, now linked to cancer.
And I believe that's why she reached out to you.
In December, we agreed to an interview that would never come. Sarah died of breast cancer this January, but not before delivering a healthy baby boy, even as her cancer spread.
He inherited her dimples, so I get to see a piece of her every day.
Others continue their fight. 5 on Your Side confirmed at least 40 cases of cancer in people who spent time in Poe Hall. One current NC State employee did not want to show her face, fearing retaliation at work. She too received a breast cancer diagnosis after years in Poe Hall.
If they understood what these women have gone through and what their families have gone through, I think the least they can do is even act like they care, you know?
In late November, 5 on Your Side uncovered this survey sent from an NC State employee to people with cancer before Poe Hall closed down. We later confirmed it was used to request a health hazard evaluation. That's a federal investigation which could review reports of illness, conduct medical exams, or collect samples at work sites.
Felt really good that the university felt like they actually cared and were trying to uncover and kind of get to the bottom of that.
When I followed up with the CDC 2 months later, I was told NC State's general counsel withdrew the request in January 2024, explaining the agency did not have the authority to proceed with its evaluation without the cooperation of the university. You heard that right. The CDC says NC State halted the free inspection they asked for, instead hiring a consulting firm to study the building. After repeated requests for comment, NC State says it was not their decision to close the case, but the federal agencies. Regardless, the fact remains no formal investigation into the dozens of cases of cancer at Poe Hall is happening. A perplexing decision, says Dr. David Carpenter, the Director of Health and the Environment at the University at Albany.
I think when you have documentation of high PCBs, you really have to do a health assessment and evaluation.
Since November 17th, the day NC State closed Poe Hall, 5 on Your Side has poured through thousands of official documents, sent 736 emails containing the phrase Poe Hall, placed more than 500 texts and phone calls, and filed 10 open records requests on the topic. We are still waiting on NC State to fulfill many. However, NC State did release its preliminary PCB testing results. It revealed concentrations of PCBs in Poe Hall were 38 times higher than what the EPA deems unsafe for humans.
Those are extraordinary levels.
You said that when you reach out to the university, you don't even get a response back. I know they're going to be watching this story. What do you have to say to them?
Do right by your employees and get an independent investigation. That's all we're asking for.
I don't care about money. I don't care about compensation. I do care about being able to help other people.
Other people who may have been exposed to potentially life-changing chemicals.
Yeah, well, we thank everyone who trusted us with their medical information so we could do this story. And I want to say that beyond the 40 reports of cancer, many others have written into us to tell us they have experience with other medical conditions like tumors and respiratory issues.
Well, those numbers are staggering, Keely. Poe Hall is a big building. Where exactly were the chemicals found?
Yeah, and I want to clarify, this is where the education hall is, where the psychology department is housed. So a lot of people go there to work and study. These PCBs were found in a women's bathroom, a door gasket, the air handler, and more. And everywhere they found PCB levels over that EPA limit, which they did, the chemicals have to be removed or disposed of. That's how dangerous they were, Gerald.
Boy, your heart breaks for everyone involved in this. Thank you, Keely.